So this paper actually started a long time ago when one of our co-authors, Charlotte, started collecting the historical data. And this was an ongoing investigation of data collection and organization and interpretation. So this unique setting has such unforeseen results once the data were analyzed that it became more and more interesting as we were going through. Of course, it also took a lot of time and resources to do this, but it's been fully repaid by these really new and exciting results we are running into. We have a basic question, right, of why board exists, but then we let the data speak, right? As we were saying before, it's sort of an uncharted territory because today we need to have boards. Therefore, the objective was exactly once the question of why boards are there is fully stated, to let the data give an answer. That's a purely empirical approach we're having here. Well, first of all, as somebody pointed out, boards might not exist, so there can be cases where boards might be more costly than beneficial to owners. Also, we understood when boards are mostly beneficial, and apparently this happens when small and large shareholders coexist, and we interpret this as evidence of the boards being there to protect small shareholder interests. But of course, also large shareholders needs to be happy about that. And then a second question that has been also central in the governance literature is what is the role of the board, right? We know now that boards have multiple roles. But what we can do here is to see from an ex ante perspective what the shareholder intended the role to be for the board. So what they wrote in the statute. In particular, we saw what powers the board were awarded, and from that we could infer the roles that the owners envisioned for the board. And of course, as I mentioned before, it's the monitoring of the management, the classical role, but also an advisory role to the management, as well as a mediating role between shareholders with potentially conflicting interests. The data comes from the end of the 19th century and the beginning of the 20th century, the time span where we're collecting data from. That's actually why we're delighted to receive this prize, also as a recognition of the effort we personally, me and my co-authors, put into collecting and analyzing this data. We also think for the community, the research community at large, to, as Marco said before, give a signal that these projects are valuable and should be incentivized. Well, the research and the paper stirred quite a lot of interest. We have been presenting this paper extensively in many conference venues, and you see, when the data have something new to show, people, researchers, as well as practitioners get excited about it. And this is actually the reward, the proof that our choice to engage in this historical analysis is valuable even in the light of today's questions. Absolutely not. The big shareholders are happy to have this provision set in place. One could think that given the classical agency cost of outside equity, the board is happy to commit to have an intelligent party control its action. In this way, the large owners can sell equity at a larger price and therefore increase the value of their equity holding. Hopefully we're going to stay with it. We will be working with this data more, at least this is the project, so well, stay tuned and see what's going to come out. Of course, I learned about CGI because one of our co-authors was a long-time member, I think, of the ECGI, and I'm impressed with the quality of the research presented here at ECGI, as well as I'm really impressed by the interaction between the business world, the regulatory world, as well as the academic world, with meeting one venue and exchange ideas. That's something quite unique, because as academics or practitioners, we're almost always closed in our shell. And we should cherish these moments where we actually share ideas and experiences.